Part 2. Ah, shit, there's a part 1 I have to find. Alright, let's see. Probably gonna fast skip these for everyone else at home. Volume 1 of this series described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors. Beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim and ending with his great-grandniece, Tyra II. Tyra's murder in Glen Point while in captivity is considered by some to be the end of the pierced chain of Septim blood in the Imperial family, considering certainly it marks the end of something significant. Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Empire of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Mantiarco from his father's line. In time, Uriel III was deposed and his crimes reviled, but the tradition of taking the name Septim as a title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, while War of the Red Diamond, which takes its name from the Septim family's famous badge, tore the empire apart. The combatants were the 3 son children of Pelagius II, Protima, Severus, and Magnus. I'm not going to remember any of this, I know. And the various offspring. Protima, of course, supported their son Uriel III and had all the combined support of all Skyrim and Northern Morrowind. With the efforts of Severus Magus, the province of High Rock turned coat. The province of Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Valin, Elsewhere, and the Black Marsh were divided in their loyalty, but most kings supported Severus and Magnus. I've forgotten half the bloody history already. I am so sorry, Bethesda. In 3E127, Third Era 127, Uriel III was captured at the Battle of the Jog in Hammerfell. En route to his trial in Imperial City, Malo overtook his British character and burned him alive within it. His captor and uncle continued onto the Imperial City and culminated the claim which meant Severus first Emperor of Tamriel. Sounds like a pleasant excuse. Chances are they often themselves. The first reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind, intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior, and he, fortunately, was that. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to see his the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in city-state in the War of 137. You know, living through this history would be a much better way to present it than a text explanation, but, Alright, so it was his brother. The first survived this by only 3 years, never had time during the war years to marry, so it was his brother, the 4th child of Pelagius II, who assumed the throne. How many of these are there? Wait a minute, Uriel, that wasn't the guy from before. Alright. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the Imperial diadem, and the business of punishing the traitorous kings of the War of the Red Diamond drained him much of his remaining strength. Legend accuses Magnus' son and Pelagius II Pelagius III of patricide, but that seems highly unlikely, for no other reason than Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Protima and seldom visited the Imperial City. I can imagine I'm getting nerd rage for all the mispronunciations I'm making. Pelagius III, sometimes called Pelagius the Mad, was proclaimed emperor in the 145th year of the Third Era. Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion mocked the end of an imperial grand bull by attempting to hang himself. Pleasant guy. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius III was sent to a series of healing institutions and asylums until his death in the Third Era 153 at the age of 34. One got murdered, the other got committed. You guys don't have a good track record. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Cataria first upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death Kintria III consider it the ascendancy of this dark elf woman as the true mark of its decline. Wait, you married a dark elf? Huh. Yes. Her defenders, on the other hand, assert that though Cataria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius did, so the imperial chain did continue. Despite racist assertions to the contrary, Cataria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Comfortable in the Imperial City, Cataria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor had done since Tiber's day. Hyper Tiber. I'm going to call it Tiber, because it sounds funny. She repaired much of that damage that previous emperors' broken alliances and bungled diplomacy created. The people of Tamriel came to love their empress far more than the nobility did. Etria's death in a minor skirmish in Black March is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Metalius' discovery, for instance, of a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family and their involvement with the skirmish was a revelation indeed. When Cassander assumed the throne, upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged. Damn, dude was patient. Or was he? Conspiracies go. Only half-elven, he aged like a Breton. In fact, he had left the rule of Waycrest to his half-brother, Uriel, due to poor health. Nevertheless, his only true relation of Peleus and thus Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one else's surprise, the Emperor Cassander's reign did not last long. In 2 years, he joined his predecessors in eternal slumber. Waits 46 years to take the throne, and kicks it after 2. Wow. That must have pissed him off. Uriel Lariat, Cassander's half-brother and the child of Cataria I and her imperial consort Galavir Lariat, after the death of Pelagius III, left to the kingdom of Waycrest to reign as Uriel IV. Legally, Uriel was a septim. Cassander had adopted him into the royal family when he had become king of Waycrest. Nevertheless, to the council and the people of Tamriel, he was a bastard child of Cataria. Lol. Uriel did not possess the dynamism of his mother, and his long 43-year reign was a hotbed of sedition. Uriel IV's story is told in the 3rd volume of this series. I have to find the other one, because I'm sure it's around here somewhere.